Okay, we volunteer just as substitutes for Meals on Wheels, and just I think it's a great program that people can get meals, very nutritious meals, and if we can't find someone at home, then they're checked on during the day. I said I think it's a great um, service to our community and to some of the older people, and wish I had had my kids involved more when we were younger, but we're doing it now. So.
I do it because she calls me and say, hey, I need help. And also, they have great chicken fried steaks, and I love those. So I like the chicken fried steaks. No, really, I really think it's a needful thing to do. Thank you.
My family roots are from Jack County, and although not in Jacksboro, but one of my grandmothers was one of the XYZ ladies, and she always talked about coming to Jacksboro to play dominoes, and I think at the time it might have been meeting at the Methodist Church. But she had such a good time, and XYZ was extra years of zest. And I've seen that here in this setting for concerned citizens of Jack County. Many people come here to socialize. It's a great place for older people to come when they're new to town and don't have a social network or friends that will check on them. Some of the best friendships that I've heard of have been made in special gatherings here. So it's a place to socialize, and it's worth every penny that we put into the fundraiser because so many people benefit from those funds.
My name is Virginia Martin, and I'm a member of the fundraising committee for Concerned Citizens. The reason I volunteer is when my mom was still living and living at home, it enabled her to be able to live at home much longer because she was able to get the Meals on Wheels. So I'm giving to give back. One person can make a great difference in just one person's life.
I want to be on the board because I started with Resnana years and years and years ago, but she's not as old as I am. But I want to stay with her as long as she's here, if she'll keep me here. But I've been out on the puny list for 3 months and I haven't made none of the meetings. But I know what good we have done for the older people here that's been meals served to.
It's impressive that the Concerned Citizens has been able to continue operating as the economy has changed in Jacksboro, serving nutritious meals, doing the call assistance, working with changing their program. You know, they're versatile enough that they've changed their program through years as the needs of the people have changed. And I think it's probably because of the generosity of the people of Jack County and the good leadership within the director and the workers at the Concerned Citizens.
Hi, I'm Greg Lewis. I serve on the board of Concerned Citizens, have for many years. The reason we have Concerned Citizens in Jack County is because some people are concerned about each other. This is kind of like gap insurance for the rest of your life. It's a point where we can come in and help do services to people who are elderly and people who have special needs at special times in their lives. If we can all help each other, that is what we're supposed to be doing anyway. So that's why I like to continue to help serve on the board of Concerned Citizens and do it so we can help further the causes of the people of Jack County and have a security net.
My name is Lynn Pruitt, and I serve on the board of the Concerned Citizens. And when I was an extension agent in my previous life, one of the things that people wanted to do was that our county had 21% population over the age of 65, and we didn't have any feeding programs, no transportation for them, no Meals on Wheels. And so one of the committees got together, the aging committee, and said, we need to do something about this. And so we hired Resnana, and that way we could apply for government programs and stuff, and then the building and everybody pulled together. And that's what I like about a small community, is that they see a need and they try to fulfill it. This world has 3 kinds of people in it: the ones that make things happen, the ones that watch things happen, and the ones that wonder what happened. So I've chosen to be the kind that makes things happen. And I think that whatever your talent is, you can make your community a better place by volunteering, whatever your talent is, and making it happen. That's the only way that you have a strong senior citizen program, or whatever your working is when people take an interest and give a little of their time and use their talents for the better.
Concerned Citizens of Jack County is a very special place to me for several different reasons. Studies have shown that loneliness and social isolation have been clearly linked to poor health outcomes. And I feel like some of the services that they provide here helps and keeps us from being in those statistics. While they're here with their activities, I think it gives each individual a very sense of purpose, meaning whether it's their hobby. We have a group of guys that play dominoes, keno, exercising, bridge, board games, movie nights. It gives them a place to go in the evenings or during the daytime when, otherwise they wouldn't have any other place to visit if they possibly didn't have family here. I think the dining plays a very vital role also in the wellness, not only social, even though dining around a table does create a social atmosphere. Our Meals on Wheels program is also a vital nutritional benefit. And I experienced this firsthand. My mom was diagnosed with brain cancer, and my dad had had a knee replacement at the same time. Well, we suggested that he get Meals on Wheels, and they live in a neighboring county. So I call up and I get Meals on Wheels delivered, and they come to the door, and it's a very small little TV tray like we used to have like back in the 70s that you heat up. Everything's frozen, and I'm not knocking their program, but I was kind of in awe because I'm used to what we have here, what we deliver to the door. So nonetheless, my dad, opted out to not have any more meals delivered because I had sort of talked it up and told him what it was going to be like. He was a bit disappointed when his meal arrived at the door. And I think also people deprived of touch can experience a decrease in their well-being. So when you walk through these doors, you're always going to be offered a hug, a handshake, and I think that is very, very vital as well in emotional health. Here at Concerned Citizens, I think we have a great support team, from the employees that work here to the people that come through the doors. I think the beauty of the whole situation is living in the community of Jacksboro, with it being so small. If you're having an off day or something isn't right, someone here is going to notice that, and they're going to be able to contact a family member or get to the bottom maybe of what could possibly be wrong. And I think that is very, very important as well. And I know our director does not like for me or any of us to mention this, but our director plays the most vital part of our Concerned Citizens. She is here every day grinding it out, finding the government programs, keeping up with the government programs, which is a challenge on a daily basis. And she sees that we have the right staff in place to meet everyone's needs here. So without our leadership, this organization would not be what it is today. And I would say last, and really most importantly to me, it's really a house of love. Even though it is a business, to me it just seems more of a place that you can go and be loved, and you can love on others as well. And at the end of the day, when you have a loved one here that maybe doesn't have anyone else that is their family
to call, to hug, to love. You can always find that when you walk through these doors. Thank you.
If I had to use one word to describe Concerned Citizens, it would be magical. When you walk in the room on any given weekday at noon and see the magic in the air of the citizens there, it's amazing. You see joy, you see laughter, you see camaraderie, you see people who genuinely are engaging with each other, and in my view, that's magical. I'm often reminded that every senior citizen facility is not the same as the Jacksboro Concerned Citizens. My uncle, Gerald Moore, who's 86 years old, lives alone in Seymour, Texas, is legally blind, had been in the hospital, and I went to Seymour and spent a couple of days with him after he was dismissed from the hospital and helped him transition back into living alone again. I called the senior citizen facility and got him reinstated in the Meals on Wheels. And as I'm having a conversation with the lady, I asked her if it would be possible for her to call and check in on him every day. And she explained to me that they did not have a telephone reassurance program. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but just off the record, would you mind calling him every day to just check on him since he lives alone? I'll never forget the comment that she made. I'm sorry, we couldn't possibly do that. If we called him, that might set a precedent, and then we'd have to start calling all the others every single day. I'm proud to tell you the Jacksboro Concerned Citizens calls 28,000 people every single year. And in closing, one final thought. Concerned Citizens means so much to me because it means so much to others. Thank you.